It's Inauguration Day here in the US as the new president is sworn into office. So that got me thinking, if Joe Biden was going to pick his cabinet solely from NBA players, who would he choose? Well, let's get into the positions. Labor Secretary. It's gotta be Miami's Jimmy Butler. That guy is all about hard work. The Secretary of Health and Human Services, I'm going with the Nets' DeAndre Jordan. I saw him in a Bon Appetit video once. He was cooking. He really cares about the health of people, what we put into our bodies.
I like to hold my bowl sideways when I whisk.
Really?
Because my hands are big and it also makes me look like I know what I'm doing, you know?
Okay.
Secretary of Commerce. Promoting American businesses and industries is the job. Andre Iguodala is my man. All I've heard about Iguodala over the years is that he's into startup after startup after startup, but many startups failed. It'd be good to have somebody in the job that knows about the ups and downs of businesses. It's either him or LeBron James, because LeBron James continues to make Blaze Pizza a successful pizza chain, and every time I drive by a Blaze Pizza, I have a zero urge to go in. Although maybe it's just not big here in the South. You know, maybe it's a regional thing. I don't know. It's huge. Secretary of Energy, Kemba Walker. He seems like a nice guy to have around. Director of National Intelligence, Rajon Rondo. You need some not-so-nice guys around. Also, high IQ, as they always say with Rajon Rondo. National Intelligence seems like a good fit. Secretary of Transportation, the Nets' Jeff Green. He's been on 10 teams. He's had to move a lot. He's been traded mid-season 4 times. I think he knows how to get around. He's had to move under stress being traded mid-season. I think he's got a good temperament. I'd like to be in a car with Jeff Green. Secretary of Defense, Steve Nash. He's a fellow Canadian like me. We don't like wars. Administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency. I'm bringing Matt Bonner out of retirement. He used to like to walk or take public transportation to games. That's probably because he didn't have any money. But I think he still cares about the environment. Secretary of Education. This is where LeBron James fits in. He created the I Promise Elementary School in his hometown of Akron, Ohio, after seeing the high school dropout rate. And they try things at the I Promise School. Shorter summer holidays with more breaks throughout the year. They've got an 8 to 5 school day. They adopted the STEM curriculum. I'm with Braun. The Secretary of the Interior, Miles Turner. We're going basketball here. He leads the league in 4.2 blocks per game, the most since Dikembe Mutombo over the course of a season in 95-96, and that hand injury that Miles Turner sustained seems to be very minor. Secretary of State, it's about foreign policy. Malcolm Brogdon gives a crap about the world as he tries to bring clean water to Eastern Africa as the founder of Hoops 2.0. Secretary of the Treasury, veteran Anthony Tolliver. He hasn't made a lot of money relative to other NBA players throughout his career, and I like that about him. He knows the value of a dollar. And he could use a job because he's not playing in the NBA right now. Actually, he holds that same position with the Players Association, Secretary of the Treasury. I'm getting somebody with experience. Speaking of experience, the Secretary of Veterans Affairs, Chris Paul. He helped create that CBA clause that got older players paid. The Attorney General, top cop. Sounds like a job for Chris Paul. He knows all the rules, the CBA, as I said. And on the court, he'll tell a referee, hey, that guy's jersey is untucked. Give us a technical foul. The Secretary of Agriculture. You know what? I'm going with Chris Paul again. He's a vegan. He was an executive producer on the Game Changers documentary about athletes and what they put into their bodies. I think he could live off the land. Director of the Office of Management and Budget. It's Chris Paul. He knows all these details. Director of the CIA. It's Chris Paul. He knows what's going on at all times. You know? I'm pretty sure he knows everything that's happening in every inch of his family's house. White House Chief of Staff. Whew, it's Chris Paul. He gets stuff done, doesn't care who he pisses off. And the Vice President, taking Kamala Harris's position. Yep, you guessed it. Chris Paul.